Every empire has a ruler. In the world of finance, power isn't held by politicians. It's controlled by the one who holds the money. In the shadow of Wall Street, beyond the reach of elections and public scrutiny, stands a company that shapes the global economy, dictates government policies, and influences the lives of billions. BlackRock. It's a name many have never heard of, yet its influence is felt in every corner of the global economy. From New York to Tokyo, London to Shanghai, BlackRock quietly shapes the destiny of nations, industries, and even governments. But who are they, and how did a company founded less than 40 years ago rise to become the most powerful financial entity in the world? A company that presents itself as a mere investment management firm, but whose reach extends far beyond Wall Street. This is the story of BlackRock, its rise, its power, and the unseen hand it holds over the global economy. BlackRock was born in 1988 out of the vision of Larry Fink and a small team of financial experts. Initially, it was a risk management and asset management firm that helped large institutions navigate financial uncertainty. Yet by the 2000s, BlackRock had begun expanding rapidly, turning a relatively modest beginnings into an unstoppable financial juggernaut. Today, BlackRock manages over $9 trillion in assets, making it the largest asset manager in the world. To put that into perspective, BlackRock oversees more assets than the GDP of all but a handful of countries. But how did it grow so quickly, and how does BlackRock continue to expand its reach without ever being truly visible to the general public? The answer to this lies in innovation and opportunism. BlackRock didn't simply ride the waves of the market, it created them. In the late 1990s, BlackRock pioneered the development of exchange-traded funds through its iShare brand. ETFs allowed investors to buy shares in an entire market sector, bypassing traditional methods of individual stock picking. By democratizing investment, BlackRock tapped into a huge market of individual investors who were previously locked out of wealth-building opportunities. ETFs exploded in popularity, and BlackRock was at the forefront, managing trillions in assets, but this was only the beginning. Through strategic mergers and acquisitions, BlackRock absorbed smaller firms, growing its influence in asset management, pension funds, and even sovereign wealth funds. This, combined with a culture of innovation and cutting-edge technology, ensured that BlackRock wasn't just a player, it was a dominant force shaping the financial global markets. BlackRock's influence is vast, and in many ways it's invisible. The company holds substantial stakes in the largest companies in almost every industry, from tech giants like Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon to energy corporations like ExxonMobil and BP. BlackRock is invested in the companies that shape the world around us. Through its significant investments, BlackRock doesn't just participate in these industries, it helps steer them. In boardrooms, BlackRock's representatives are often present, influencing corporate policies, governance, and strategies. With its vast ownership stakes, BlackRock can exert a level of control over companies that most individual investors can only dream of. Whether it's advocating for corporate social responsibility, pushing for greener business practices, or driving shareholder activism, BlackRock shapes the decision that ripples across industries, impacting economies on a global scale. But BlackRock's influence doesn't just stop with corporations. It also has deep ties to the US government. Over the years, BlackRock has become a key player in US financial policy, advising on matters ranging from monetary policy to large-scale bailouts. During the 2008 financial crisis, when the world's banking system teetered on the brink of collapse, BlackRock was tasked with managing the bailout of large financial institutions, including AIG. And in 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic, BlackRock once again found itself in a pivotal position, managing government-backed programs designed to stabilize the economy. The close relationship between BlackRock and the US government has raised alarm bells. Critics argue that this cozy partnership leads to conflicts of interest as BlackRock profits from government interventions. With its vast financial resources and access to the highest level of power, is BlackRock becoming too big to fail? And is it too close to the levers of power to be held accountable? BlackRock's influence also extends well beyond US borders. The company's investments span the globe. With its asset controlling critical infrastructures in countries from China to Brazil, BlackRock's massive footprint in emerging markets has led some to argue that BlackRock is effectively controlling the financial futures of entire nations. Through its investment in sovereign wealth funds, BlackRock has a seat at the table in many key global financial decisions. Whether it's providing capital for infrastructure projects or pushing for regulatory reforms, BlackRock's influence on national economies cannot be overstated. From Africa's rising economies to China's massive industrial base, BlackRock holds sway over some of the most powerful nations in the world, shaping their growth trajectories, financial stability, and even their policies. One of BlackRock's most notable recent moves has been its push for environmental, social, and governance practices. Led by Larry Fink's annual letters to CEOs, BlackRock has increasingly demanded that companies consider not just profits, but also their environmental impact, social responsibility, and governance structures. By leveraging its power as a shareholder, BlackRock has become a leading force in pushing for ESG integrations across industries. While some view this as a positive force for change, others argue that BlackRock uses ESG as a tool to drive its own agenda, with corporations forced to adopt its vision of what responsible business looks like. Which leads to the question, does BlackRock truly care about environmental sustainability, or is it simply using ESG as a way to wield greater power over corporate decision making? Perhaps one of BlackRock's most controversial strategies has been its approach to the housing market. While many investors focus on residential real estate for short-term gains, BlackRock has made long-term investments in single-family homes, buying up thousands of properties across the United States. This aggressive real estate strategy has turned BlackRock into one of the largest landlords in America, contributing to skyrocketing rents and driving millions of people out of home ownership. As home ownership becomes increasingly out of reach for the average American, BlackRock's role in the housing crisis is under intense scrutiny. By purchasing homes and converting them into rental properties, BlackRock is locking many Americans into a future where they may never own a property again. BlackRock's influence doesn't just end with financial markets and housing. The company also has a significant stake in the media. Through its investment in companies like Comcast, Disney, and News Corp, BlackRock has a powerful hand in shaping the news and entertainment that reaches millions of people every day. In an era where information is power, BlackRock's control over global media gives it the ability to influence public opinion on everything from politics to global crises. Critics argue that by controlling media narratives, BlackRock can push its own agenda and shape perceptions to benefit its own interests. Looking to the future, BlackRock has set its sight on digital money. As cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology, and central bank digital currencies begin to reshape the global financial system, BlackRock is positioning itself to dominate this space as well. By investing heavily in Bitcoin futures, blockchain technology, and digital asset platforms, BlackRock aims to control the next evolution of money itself. In a world where digital currencies are gaining traction, BlackRock's investment in these new financial technologies could allow it to control the future of global transaction and monetary policy. In conclusion, BlackRock has become the silent force behind global finance. Its power is felt in every industry, every market, and every nation. But as its influence grows, so does the concern. Is BlackRock too powerful to stop, and can we allow one company to control so much of our financial futures? Or is it time to take a stand? In a world where the lines between the government, corporate power, and investment firm continue to blur, BlackRock represents the rise of financial dominance at an unprecedented scale. The question remains, what happens when one company controls it all?